Okay, so for those that kind of missed it, Angelina County community members are speaking out against a proposed AI data center. Melly, what's going on today, and how are community members feeling?
Yes, so I am currently at Love Place at Angelina County Commission. What the meeting was they were speaking up about the AI data center. The commissioners actually put it on the agenda. And what they told us was that there will be an AI data center at 103 West in Angelina County. That is at the old site of the old paper mill here in Angelina County. It was speculated that it was going to be there, but we haven't had official reports of it. So now we know for sure that will happen. Not asked for it to be, hey, this is the AI data center and this is what it's going to be. So now the commissioners are coming together to try to put some restrictions on them, but they're limited in what they can do because they are not the state of Texas. So, what they are proposing is a tax abatement agreement if the AI data center wants to do that. And so, some of the things that County Commissioner Judge Keith Wright came up with is some of these talking points. The owner of the AI data center must maintain a public website with project updates. Each year, the owners have to report to the county commissioners on energy usage, thermal impact, and noise control. They are also asking that the owners should contribute 25 or $250,000 per year to the volunteer fire department and $500,000 per year for county road and bridge updates. Now, there's more asks on here, and that's basically all it is. It is something that they would need to negotiate with the AI data center operators. And so none of this is set in stone, but this is something that the Angelina County Commissioners will want to put forth. And they told me that they want to be a voice for Angelina County. They are going to do their best to, limit the harm that is going to be taking place by this AI data center. So what I've compiled for y'all is a really compelling and impactful testimony that was given today at Commissioners Court. And then following that, it is Judge Keith Wright kind of explaining more on what the tax abatement is and the timeline from here.
Good morning. First, I want to thank you guys for the service that you do for our county, to our county. I know it's not an easy one. I am a lifelong East Texan. My childhood roots are in Zavala. I live in Lufkin where I have two small businesses, a B&B and a wedding venue. My biggest expense for both businesses is the taxes. Like most county business owners, I'm very angry about the tax abatements for these billion-dollar corporations while we, the little guys, foot the bill. But that's not what I want to talk about. It's probably safe to say that all of you are Christians or believers. So I'd like to remind you God created and gave us water to sustain life, not greedy billionaires' bank accounts. Water is life. Without it, we will not survive. And if you agree to this, then you are participating in them literally sucking the life out of us. I'd like to pose a question to you. If, like this woman that spoke earlier, if your property, if your home was beside these data projects, would you still vote yes? If your elderly parents or your grandbabies could not sleep at night due to the endless excessive noise or even being outside, would you still vote yes? If most of you probably have nice country peaceful homes surrounded by trees and nature and birds singing and owls at night and coyotes, and you're blanketed by this big gorgeous blue star-filled sky at night. If you were going to lose all that next to your home, would you still vote yes? Someone does have to live beside them, and their daily lives will be gravely affected. And I would like to ask you, does that matter at all to you? I mentioned growing up in Zavala, but that is not my ancestral homeland. My heritage is at the bottom of Sam Rayburn Lake, so I know firsthand the power of government. Eminent domain took my family's land. I say that to make this point. As the governing officials, you have the responsibility to make the right decision at this point in history. We do not get a do-over. This is too big to be undone. We can't come back in a couple of years and go, oops, bad idea. We don't get a do-over. Many, many generations will be affected by the outcome of your actions and your decisions. Please make the right ones. Please protect our home, protect our communities, and our county. That is what we trusted you to do when we elected you, to make the best decisions for your people, present and future. We do not get a second chance to get this right.
PhD.
And Judge Wright, you can look at me for the interview. So from today, what are the next steps for this A data center?
Well, the next step is they submit a actual tax abatement request.
How much could that be?
How much could the tax abatement request? Well, it varies. It'll probably be for a 10-year period, and then it'll probably be a declining amount where they may get in 100% on the first year down to zero at the last year. So, it just depends on what the court approves, on that abatement, how it declines.
And you kind of talked about the one that is going in now, y'all weren't asked about it.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, we weren't required to, they weren't required to have a permit from us. They weren't required to notify us. They were not asking for an abatement. So the only thing they did was call one of our commissioners and said, this is what's happening. So that's the only reason we know about it.
And then, like you said, we can't really do anything to permit other ones from coming. We have to go to the Capitol for that, correct?
Yes.
Gotcha. Is there a timeline on the tax abatement and how long it may take?
I don't know. It just depends on the company. And I'm going to imagine, I think that will probably depend on the power agreement that they get. If they have that in place, then they'll get serious. Ultimately they're going to make a decision whether to do an abatement or not. And they, indicated that they were going to ask for an abatement, but they may not. They may just choose to move forward, and then the county has no authority to place any restriction on the data center.
And all the people that came to speak today, what do you think about that?
I thought it was great. I thought it was a good opportunity. I thought they were very cordial and respectful. I enjoyed listening to what they had to say. We have some of the same concerns, so it's good to allow them to speak. And we wanted to speak. We wanted to tell the people what we were thinking, what we were experiencing. And so I think that was a good practice of what we did. And there'll be other opportunities. There'll be other public hearings.
Absolutely. Did you hear any concerns today that you kind of want to take to them or kind of talk about further next time?
There's several concerns. I thought that statements that were made that are probably, I think a tax abatement would be good for us, the county. I'm not worried about that company. I'm worried about the county. I think it'll be good for us because we can get some controls and understanding of how it's going to be constructed, what's going to happen.
And is there anything you want to say to the citizens of Angelina County that, want them to know?
Well, I would say that we've been elected for these positions, and we're representing you to the best of our ability. Everybody will not agree with everything we do, and we understand that. But hopefully we'll do what protects the county that we're allowed to do under Texas state law.
All right, everybody. Now that's the latest update there with some updates from the community members speaking out against the proposed AI data center. Our very own Melly Valencia will have more updates for you guys later tonight.